Hey everybody, it's AKK's Act Reviews. We are back again with another video, and guys, as we all know, Flash Armageddon episode 1 of season 8 was on yesterday. I wasn't able to, of course, watch it, because the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer came out, and I had to do a reaction to that. And I was actually thinking of not doing, episode-by-episode reviews of Flash Season 8, but I figured to myself, there are some people out there of my subs that do like my Flash reviews, and I figured to myself that, me and my sister, I knew my sister was going to want me to watch it anyways, because we have a tradition where we watch The Flash every Tuesday. So I figure if I'm going to watch the show, I'm going to review the show. Whether I like it or not, I'm just going to review it, because might as well, I'm watching it. And as for people that are familiar with my reviews for The Flash, I don't want to hate this show. I don't. I loved this show for 3 seasons. I've loved it. I've loved it so much. I thought it was new, fresh, creative, awesome. Some of the best fighting I've seen in, shows. I was just blown away when the show first came on. And ever since you guys have, as many others and me know, that it's really disappointing to see when the show is bad. It's really disappointing because we know how good it can be with good writers and good CGI and good choreography. And just great plot in general. So I took a chance. So I just finally watched the first part of Flash Armageddon, and I'm gonna be totally honest, I was not impressed. The trailer didn't impress me. I thought the villain, I thought he was going to be over the top. He seemed over the top in the trailer. He was over the top in here. We barely saw him until towards the end of today's episode. And it was weird because we saw Ray Palmer pop up, which I knew he was on the poster in the trailer, but the way he got, the why he is there, I thought was stupid. I was like, oh, you're not, we find out he's not a legend anymore. I was disappointed to hear about that. I stopped watching Legends after, after Stein and Jax left, I stopped watching. So then we find out, Ray's retired, he's no longer a legend. He's, married to Nora, and he's not doing any more business science anymore. He wants to just be low-key. But Chester wants him to, I guess Chester's going to be his, a day planner of this, scientist event this scientist con that's going on. And, he doesn't feel I guess, he's not that same person anymore like he was. He doesn't want to get back into, doing, being a part of a scientist's business, because he'll get thrown back into being the Atom again, and he hasn't worn the Atom suit in a very long time. And just the way, how he just came into the episode, him wanting to stay at, in Barry and Felicity, not Felicity, oh my god, and Iris's, apartment building, because I guess they offered for him to stay over if he needed somewhere to stay. That was weird. And I just didn't like that part. I was like, this is such a weird way to bring in a part of your crossover. This is supposed to be a big crossover. Where's the threat level? I don't feel that. And why is this the way Ray is coming in? I was like, this is so stupid. That was one of the things I just didn't like. The other thing I didn't like is, again, we see the villain that we're meeting in the beginning of this episode, and it says Central City, 2031. And, we just don't know what's going on, and then we don't see him until the end of the episode, and he gives Flash 7 days to prove to him that he's not going to be the threat that he is in the future. And he shows Barry what he knows from the future, and we just see the Flash booking it, ripping up the ground, which I thought was cool, because we've never seen Barry book it to that point where it's holy crap, dude, you're breaking into the cement you are moving. I was like, that's cool. That was sick. I'm like, okay, I'm liking this. But what really annoyed me, that was the thing that really annoyed me about the villain, is he shows up at the end, and he was over the top in the beginning, he was over the top in the trailer. I was like, okay, I'm not seeing the threat level so far. But I'm gonna give it a shot, because again, it's 4 parts or 5 parts. I'm gonna give it, keep watching it, of course. So another thing I really didn't like is that we see Iris, she has, it's called, Central City, what was it? Central City, what was it called? Central City, Iris's, it's called Central City Enterprise, no, it's not what it's called, it's the Mogul, or Mobile, or whatever, or, sweet Jesus, that's how bad it is, we can't even remember. It's called Central City. Either or. She has this full-on corporation where did she get the money from? She used to work at her computer, and out of nowhere, she has this big business. Out of nowhere. She has this big mogul. She has a big building, fancy laptops, a full paid staff. I'm like, where's this coming from? I call it bullshit. Like, you're telling me from last season, she was working at her, whatever it was called, I forget the name of the site or whatever, and now she has a full-on company. Like, I don't buy that. That's stupid. I was like, they didn't build that up. I just don't like that. That was something I really hated. What was the other thing I had? Oh, the Royal Flush Gang was so stupid. And when they said that, like, I guess Barry's like, they were the first metahumans in, Central City, I'm like, bro, then why didn't you fight them? How come we've never seen them before? But they flashed when, that was when Barry was in the coma. I was like, okay, that makes sense. We've never seen them before. Thank God we've never seen them before, because these are the worst villains I've ever seen in my life. They are so cringy. They are so dumb. When they were walking down that hallway, I thought it was the red carpet premiere for Cruella. I thought it was the red carpet premiere of Cruella when they were walking down the hall. I said, you got me effed up. I'm like, really? This is the best you could come up with for these villains that we've never seen before, and they're the first villains in Central City. No wonder I don't even know how they've been able to not get caught, honestly. But it was funny, the moment I really loved was the moment where one girl can pinpoint what move someone's going to make. And she's like, there's 5 of us, and we are and like she's communicating with other people, and she's telling them which way, Flash is going to go. But he totally speed thinks, and then, like, flips it on her, and pretty much right as they're about to attack, he pauses time, and just walking, moves the one girl that, the one dude throws into, throws it back into him, and then the guy that has the lasers, and it makes it blast into her. I thought that was sick, and then he puts the cuffs on them, the meta cuffs. I was like, that's sick. That's how Flash should be fighting. I like that. That's cool. I do wish it was a little bit longer. I thought it would have been cool if he added some cool things into it, but I do like how, like, that was sick, though. There was no, she's like, how were you able to do that? I thought of your things. And my sister's right. It's like, yeah, you might be able to probably think of what move I'm going to make, but at the same time, I'm so fast. It's not that, like, I just speed thunk you. It's like, no, I'm just fast. Literally, like, that's just how it is. Even if you know where I would go, and if I still went that way, you still wouldn't be able to see me because I'm going so fast. And that's true. And that's why I really liked at that moment, because it was kind of like, that's what he was kind of showing, like, I'm fast, it doesn't matter. So I was like, that was cool. I just wish he had a better line. So he should have just been like, I'm fast. That's it. That would have been cool, because that's how it is. Like, you're just fast. Doesn't matter. You can know what way he's going to go. He's just so fast, you're not going to see it coming. I just wish they would show that more. And also, the beginning of the episode where, like, he is talking with Caitlin, and, he has to save that train. I wish it was like we really saw the different angles of him running. I miss those angles where it's like we see the sides of him. And that's why I'm spoiled now with seeing Eternals, seeing the way Makari ran. I mean, I can't see any other speedster in a different way. I think that speedster's better than the Flash, if I'm being honest. Like, that's how a speedster should be. The way Makari was in Eternals, that's how a speedster should be. Someone that you can't pinpoint what they're going to do, and they're just so fast. And before you guys yell at me, think about it. If you saw Eternals, you know what I mean. That spoiled us. Marvel spoiled us with doing that with a speedster. We've been wanting that in the show. We've been wanting that. We want that. We wanted that at least in the Flash movie, which I feel like that, like, again, Eternal spoiled me, because I don't care what they're going to produce in that Flash movie. I know it won't be better than that. Like, that's just how it is. Like, in my personal opinion, I mean, Marvel's got that money. You know what I mean? So I just don't think they're going to do any better in that Flash movie, especially because we know how that Flash runs. But I'm going to give it a chance, of course, because it's a different person fixing the mistakes that we don't like about that Flash in that universe. He has the traditional lightning, which is like a yellowish orange, and now he has, of course, his iconic, awesome costume suit. So I'm hoping that the running isn't more like this in the movie. I hope it's just more streamlined. And I hope it's not slow-mo. I'm hoping it's, like, cooler, you know what I mean? I just don't want too much slow-mo in that movie, but I've gotten spoiled with what they've shown me in Eternals with the speedster, so I don't know. So seeing this again, like, and the way the season starts with this thing, I was just like, I'm not liking this. I'm like, you're supposed to blow everybody away. This is your chance to show everybody you've learned from your mistakes of last season, and you're supposed to start this 5-episode crossover with a bang, and I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the threat level. I didn't feel the adrenaline. I didn't feel like, oh my god, we're assembling an awesome team. We just got Ray in this episode. And the way he came in was no threat building up that he needed help. It was a bummer. It was a real big bummer. And that one girl that's friends with Joe, and she used to hate metahumans, now she doesn't. I think she likes Barry. She keeps cheesing at him, and I think she likes Barry. And I'm thinking, could that go somewhere? I know Barry's married to Iris, but I don't know. I just need something to spice something up in the show. I would love to see him maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But I just find she must like him or something, because unless that's not what they're trying to do, I'm picking up that she keeps cheesing at him, and I think she likes him. I'm being honest. I think she's liked him ever since she's came on the scene. Let me know if you guys have picked that up, because I have, but I could be wrong. What else? That's pretty much it of this episode. I was like, that's it. It's a lot of negatives, except that one scene when he's going fast and he's like moving them, like how Quicksilver and X-Men, X-Men, what was it? X-Men Days of Future Past, when he's running around the room and moving people, and it's like all slow-mo for him, he's just running. I got those vibes. I was like, this is sick, this is cool, finally. He's not getting thrown across the room, but then he ends up getting thrown across the room by the villain. He's not able to outrun him. But him starting to fight him, which was weird, he just ran around the main villain of this crossover. He ran around him in a circle the entire time, and then the dude punched the ground, and Barry flew out the window and landed on the ground. So I don't know. I was like, that's stupid. Why are you running around him? Why aren't you punching him? You're just running around him. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Again, it upsets me that I just don't. I'm not like. They really had one. Think about it. It's like you have one shot to pull back in people to this show, and this is how you start the crossover. Please, I need to understand, guys. Did you guys think this was a good bang of start of a crossover? Because I think it was terrible. I hope in this next episode it's good, but it's kind of like now he's giving Barry 7 days to prove to him that he is good. So, in those 7 days, are we going to get no action of him wanting to hurt Barry all that time? Like, no normal villain would do that. He would just kill him or something, or try to keep killing him. I'd rather have that. And also, like, I don't want to go another full season where it's like every villain can be saved. I do not want that again. I hate that so much. It's like, why can't a villain just be a villain? I hope we get that at some point in this season. I don't know. I've seen set photos where it's like we're getting a yellow Flash, and people think it's Eobard Thawne from a different universe that took over Barry's body, and maybe that's the Flash. I'm thinking maybe that's the Flash that's hurting, future Central City. It's Eobard Thawne taking over Barry, and he's going to be and that's how he was ripping up the ground and all that stuff. That's what I'm thinking. But he's in Barry's body, hence why he looks like Barry. That's what I'm thinking. Which is a pretty good, thought now that I'm thinking about it, because he thinks the Flash, he's like, oh, I've seen you do it. So, again, we've seen a version of Barry in a yellow suit on set, and people think it's Eobard Thawne taking over Barry's body, and that's the Flash we're probably going to be seeing. At least that's what I put together. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. And I just want to know down in the comments below, what did you guys think of this first part of this crossover? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay, but you guys think it's going to get better? All I know is people were really overhyping the trailer for this crossover, and I'm like, it is not. When you think about all the members you've gathered in these crossovers, like, this is and it probably sounds messed up. Again, this is just my thought on it. It's like you picked the weakest characters to make this team to defeat this villain. I just don't like it. I feel like it's just not crossover material enough. That's my personal opinion. But I am curious to know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys liked the first part, if you guys did, I'm super happy for you. I'm hoping this season, is great for you. I hope you guys like this season. I'm going to keep watching, like I said, just to see how this crossover ends. I probably will keep watching even after that and keep making reviews for the season. But as of right now, I'm just unimpressed. Like I said, I knew I wasn't going to be impressed by this crossover, and I'm not so far. So, yeah. That's pretty much it, guys. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put in notifications, like this video. I would love to have you guys here, part of this family here on this channel. We're all about spreading love, positivity, and motivation. And I know it probably doesn't sound like I'm spreading a lot of love about the show, but I loved this show, mind you, again. I don't want to hate on the show, but I'm just telling you guys that this is what they should be doing to improve the show and what did not work. When you're trying to bring more people back from that last trash of a season, you're trying to impress people and correct those mistakes you made, and you're not impressing people so far. You're making the same mistakes. If not, you're trying to make it this season even worse than last season, which... Also, by the way, that lingo that the one girl that was when they were in the con, it was like Iris and the one girl, she said it was like banger or bang or yeah, she said, oh, we'll gab later. What? This is just as worse as Shui and Crash. Gab? Dude, I don't know what the Central City lingo is, but it's god-awful, and I would just... No. Gab? Really? They need to talk to whoever's coming up with the lingo of this Central City, because it's straight garbage. But yeah, guys, that was the video. I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. I'll see you guys next Tuesday for the next, part 2 of the Armageddon crossover. Peace.